Well, now that we have the spigot all installed, we can move on to the main stars of the show, those filters. This blue silicone piece is the Prime-Rite. It is able to stretch and fit over different types of faucets. You want to attach this piece to the faucet.
The right amount of pressure will fill up a 12-ounce cup in about 45 to 60 seconds. Then you're going to want to leave the water running and then insert the filter into the Prime-Rite.
If you turn on the faucet too high, you may notice that the Prime-Rite start to bulge up. You will see the water beating up outside of the black filters. That means you did it. Let the water run for about 60 seconds or until the water is beating down the whole length of the black filter. Do that with all the black filters and then you're ready to install them. Now, a lot of you may also have fluoride filters. They are an optional purchase and do not come standard with your Berkey. You want to start by rinsing off the fluoride filters and removing the blue plugs. We're going to use the Prime-Rite again to prime these, but you will need this little white adapter piece that came with the same bag as the Prime-Rite. You'll notice that one end of the piece is threaded and the other one is not. Only one side of the fluoride filter is threaded, so it can only be attached one way.
Use the same method you used for the black filters in filling up that 12-ounce cup. With the water still running, put the filters into the Prime-Rite.
Let the water run through the fluoride filters for 1 to 2 minutes. Cover the bottom hole of the filter with your thumb or finger. Take the Prime-Rite off of the faucet. Now is the fun part. You're going to shake the filter back and forth and up and down and every which way. Really swish the water around in there. The media inside of the fluoride filter is granulated. Shaking the filter makes sure all of that media inside gets good and saturated and rinses out all the manufacturing dust. Attach it back to your faucet and let the water run through for another 1 to 2 minutes. Now that we have the filters all primed, let's go ahead and install them into the system. So go ahead and grab the upper chamber and we're going to grab one of our black filters. So go ahead and just take off just the wing nut. We're going to go ahead and leave the black washer on the stem of the filter. Go ahead and put the filter inside of the upper chamber. We're going to try to put the stem through the hole, one of the holes left in the upper chamber, and we're going to go ahead and screw on that wing nut. Now, we're not going to want to use tools again. I know I'm a broken record here, but the tools could damage the system. Now, we don't want to get this too tight because it possibly might strip the wing nut or strip the stem of the filter, and then that will make it unusable. So make it tight, but not too tight. Now, you never want to put the system on its side when you're installing these because it might roll off the counter and break the filters. So nobody wants that to happen. So just leave it on this upper position so nothing bad can happen like that. So go ahead and again take off that last wing nut. That black washer is on the stem already, and we're going to go ahead and start screwing in the wing nut. Once we get this hand tight, we will be ready to do our red dye test to ensure that the black filters are working correctly. All right, now we're ready to do our red dye test. So let's go ahead and grab some mason jars. I like to grab about 2 or 3. Now we're going to grab the upper chamber with our black filters installed. Now we want to make sure for this step that the fluoride filters have not been installed yet. The fluoride filters cannot go through the red dye test. So you're going to take each of your black filters and you're going to make sure they line up with each mason jar. You can use the third to make it a little more stable.